It is Thursday, March 7th, and from WBHM News, I'm Richard Banks with today's top stories. Governor Kay Ivey is calling Alabama's new in vitro fertilization protection law a, quote, short-term measure. Ivey signed the legislation last night after lawmakers had scrambled to pass the bill. The new law grants civil and criminal immunity for IVF providers and patients after an Alabama Supreme Court ruling last month that equated frozen embryos with children. In the wake of the ruling, 3 major IVF providers in the state paused services. Ivey says she anticipates there will be more work on the issue, but she's confident the legislation will provide the assurances IVF clinics need to resume services. Following approval of the law, at least 2 of the IVF providers in the state say they will resume treatments as early as today. A bill that would give Alabama families $7,000 to pay for private school tuition is expected to be signed into law. After heated debate, legislators gave final approval to the bill yesterday, and Governor Kay Ivey announced she would sign the bill this morning. Called the CHOOSE Act, the measure creates education savings accounts for families of students to use towards eligible education expenses. Support for the bill was along party lines, with Republicans backing the legislation. Democrats and many educators say the measure takes money from public schools and lacks accountability. Supporters say the legislation will help parents choose the best schools for their children. And U.S. Senator Katie Britt will offer the Republican response to President Joe Biden's State of the Union address tonight. Britt, the youngest female Republican elected to the Senate and the only woman from Alabama elected to the upper chamber, has rapidly gained national attention. In just her first term, she serves as part of Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's leadership team and is a staunchly conservative voice on the powerful Appropriations Committee. You can hear both Biden's State of the Union address and Britt's response on WBHM tonight. Coverage begins at 8 o'clock. You'll find more news anytime at WBHM.org.